you that are standing in the back, if you would like, there's a room across the hall that has a big TV in it, with seats. So if you would like to go across the hall, you may do so. It's my pleasure this afternoon to welcome you to our Winter Quarter 1997 graduation. This is the third graduation for Thomas Tech this year. We have 109 students graduating this evening. 43 of those students will receive an Associate of Applied Technology degree. 26 students will receive a diploma. 42 students graduate from a certificate program. A total of 22 programs. We have students graduating tonight from 17 counties and 4 states. This brings a total of 307 students that have graduated this year, which is a 30% increase over the same time last year. Tonight we want to recognize our graduates. We're going to ask all graduates to stand again, and we'll give them a hand of appreciation. Graduates, y'all stand. Over the same. Without the support and the help of family and friends, then a lot of these would not be graduating tonight, so let's give a hand to all the family and friends that are here. Another very important group that's here tonight is faculty and staff over the same staff. So let's ask the faculty and staff to stand again and they be recognized. I'm going to ask that all students and a member of the Honor Society, if you'll stand and we'll recognize you. Students and member of the Honor Society. No other time in history is a job opportunity is more great than it is present time for graduates from a technical institution. Job opportunities are there if we want to go to work. And we're this year have almost 100% job placement for our graduates, and we are proud of that, the job opportunities that are available for the graduates from Thomas Technical Institute. This has been a good year for us. Our library is under construction. We moved into the LCP Hand Allied Health Building. Students tonight are graduating from the health program. The first group to graduate has been in that new building. Enrollment is an all-time high for both credit, adult literacy, and continuing ed classes. Our foundation is very active and alive. We're deeply involved in the COC self-study process, and our team will be coming at the end of this month, and it'll be great when they come and leave on the faculty. Our faculty and staff have worked extremely hard in this process, demonstrate a very cooperative spirit, and we have accomplished a lot. And the strength of the institution is in its faculty, not in facilities, and not in administration. And the student council and other student organizations have been very active this year, providing excellent leadership for the student body. The Honor Society published its first student newsletter this year, did a great job with it. Thomas Tech has just finished, along with our chamber, participating in hosting the Industry on Parade this past week on campus. That was a tremendous success. We had an excellent turnout. We thank each of you for coming this afternoon. To our graduates, we want to thank you for allowing us the opportunity of having you as our students, and you're a great group. The Board of Directors for their leadership. We have with us tonight Mr. Ben Hatcher and Dr. Sandy Reed from the Board of Directors. They'll be participating in awarding the diplomas. Will you two stand and be recognized? Linda McMahon, a practical nursing student, will come and bring our invocation in song. Following that, Dr. Sandy Reed will come and introduce our speaker for the evening. Linda.
Those who learn to speak it all Components Textron, a six-plant division of Textron, which manufactures internal components for aircraft engines and turbine engines for other applications. Prior to his position here, he was a group officer at the Textron corporate office in Providence, Rhode Island. Textron is a $10 billion international multi-industry company which markets leading operations in numerous aircraft, automotive, industrial, and financial businesses. Mr. Long has served in various management positions within the company since 1982. He has held his current position since September of 1993. Mr. Long is a native of Nashville, Tennessee, and attended Tennessee Technical Institute or University, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Engineering in 1965. He then served 3 years as an officer in the U.S. Army Ordnance Corps. Between 1968 and 1982, he held a number of procurement and production management positions within the various agencies of the United States government. In 1977, he attended graduate school at the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, California, where he earned a Master's of Science degree in Executive Management. Topper and his wife, Carol, have 2 married daughters and 3 grandchildren, all of whom live in Dallas, Texas. Join me in welcoming our speaker for tonight, Topper Long.
Decided to do some research after I was invited here tonight to speak. I picked out 10 people that I knew would be here, and I asked them for advice on what I should speak on tonight. 3 of the people said they really would prefer that I didn't speak at all. 3 of them said they really didn't care what I spoke on because they weren't going to listen anyway. And 4 of them, including my wife and Mr. DeMont, said, "We don't really care what you speak on as long as you don't talk very long." Having heard that, I realized that I have what is known as a captive audience. That is, people that really don't want to hear me speak, they want to get on with graduating and getting on with their lives. I looked up in my How to Make Speeches book how you deal with captive audiences, and it was a very short chapter. The first one, it started out with some advice. It basically said, don't speak. Then it went to a series of excuses which I might use to get out of coming, followed by some statistics which I found very interesting. The statistics said that in a speech like this, out of every 100 people in the audience, 50 never start listening, and for every 15 minutes you talk, for every 5 minutes you talk, 15 more stop listening. So by the end of 15 minutes, you only have 5 out of 100 people listening to you. Then it went on to say, give me just 2 more pieces of advice, one of which I found were very interesting. It said, don't thank anybody for having been there, because they really don't want to be there anyway. And number 2, keep it short. So I will attempt to do all of those things tonight. Today's my 55th birthday. I've been in industry for 33 years. And though I never walked barefoot 3 miles in the snow to school, as my kids tease me about having done, times were indeed very different 55 years ago. I have seen a lot of change in my lifetime, changes that we take for granted today. I remember the first commercial television in 1950. I remember the first jet airplanes. I remember the advent of fuel-efficient, safe automobiles. I've seen medical wonders that when I was born would never have been believed possible. 52 years ago today, on my 3rd birthday, I fell and broke my leg. As a result of that, the prognosis was that I probably would not ever walk without being crippled. But there was a doctor who said if we put him in the hospital for 6 weeks, with both legs in traction, we can keep him from being crippled. I stayed in the hospital for 6 weeks. The hospital bill was $28 a week. And my dad made $28 a week. Today, I probably would not have even had to go to the hospital. Or if I did, I would have gone to the emergency room and it would have been a totally different situation. I've seen the advent of space travel. I've seen an explosion in electronics. I have in my hand, and I brought it to show it to you, a little radio. I bought this radio 40 years ago today. It was one of the first transistor radios ever imported to the U.S. from Japan. I worked a complete week to pay for it. It cost $30. It's an AM radio. It still works today. But the point is, today this radio would be $150, and who would give $150 for an AM radio today? I've seen the advent of computers, and interestingly enough, the computers in the car that I drove here tonight are more powerful than the computers in the first spaceship that went into orbit. I've seen the internet, and oh, what an amazing thing the internet is. The world continues to change, and it's changing now at a more rapid rate than it has changed during my lifetime. Within the next 5 years, there will be 500 channels of television available to us. There will be cellular phones which can reach everywhere in the world. There will be a completely automatic automobile refueling system where you pull to the pump, it does everything. There will be wearable computers that you wear on your waist, generate the power for through your shoes as you walk, with a headset that will make available to you instantaneously any piece of information that you have stored in it. There will be additional clones of animals and probably, realistically, clones of people. And there will be a total worldwide instant access to information. So the world continues to change, and change very rapidly. I want to challenge those of you who are graduating here tonight and who we are here to honor with 3 questions. What will you do with the education that you've worked hard to get? Will you watch, participate in, or lead in change? And number 3, will you accept the challenge of leading change? The world desperately needs the right kind of leaders of our changes as the world changes. I want to be a better leader myself, and so I study leadership a lot. And as a part of my studies, I read, but I also attend every year a forum in Orlando, Florida, where 1,000 people gather to hear the best leaders in the world speak on leadership. As I watch and participate in our rapidly changing world and listen to its great leaders, I have become more and more convinced over 33 years that there's one common secret ingredient which makes successful leaders and successful people. I want to talk to you tonight about that secret ingredient. Listen to our great leaders talk, as I have recently done and had the privilege to do in person. Many of these people say what they have said about this ingredient of leadership. From Roberto Goizueta, who is the chairman of Coca-Cola, which for the 3rd time this year has been listed as the world's most, as America's most admired company out of the Fortune 500 companies. he says, employees with integrity are the ones who build a company's reputation. Working for the Coca-Cola Company is a calling. It is not a way to make a living, it's a religion. A man named Bill Gates, who created, not founded, not thought about, but created Microsoft, the 5th most admired company in the world, has become the world's richest man. His personal worth is now valued at $30 billion. I want to read an excerpt to you from a recent interview with Bill Gates. When members of our team informed me of the problem, they asked if we should send free corrected versions of our products to the 20,000 customers who had bought it. I said yes. There was no argument, no discussion. The answer was obvious. Before he left, the team leader said, but this is going to cost a lot of money. It was. It cost $250,000. Just because it's bad doesn't mean that there is any room for discussion. Apparently people expected a big reaction from me, but there was no value in a bigger reaction. There wasn't even any value in any further discussion. 6 years ago, almost to the day, the world faced World War III. Many people did not realize the significance of Desert Watch, Desert Shield, and Desert Storm. 3 American leaders, great American leaders, banded together to lead other great leaders to avoid World War III. In the last 2 years, I've heard President George Bush speak twice, personally. Both times he has said the following: when you're a leader, your word of honor is your most important asset. His colleagues were General Colin Powell and General Norm Schwarzkopf. I had the privilege last year of hearing General Powell speak. He said simply, the number one characteristic of leadership is character. Is your most this year in Orlando, and he said, when people pick their leader from their peers in a time of crisis, they always pick based on character. Ladies and gentlemen, future leaders, the one ingredient of leadership, successful leadership, and to success in the world today, which does not change while everything else is changing, is integrity. As you go forth tonight, I challenge those who are graduating, and in fact all of us in the audience, to work to be leaders and work to be leaders of integrity. You will have all kinds of forces that are telling you to follow rather than to lead. You will have all sorts of forces pulling you in the wrong directions and trying to undermine your character. You will indeed be tempted. If you hear and remember nothing else that I've said to you tonight, remember General Schwarzkopf's closing remarks in Orlando in February. He said simply, there are 2 secrets to 21st century leadership. The first is, when you have an opportunity to lead, lead. And number 2, do what's right. Thank you very much. God bless all.
Thank you, Mr. Long. Dr. Sandra Reed and Mr. Ben Hatcher of the Thomas Tech Board of Directors will award the diplomas assisted by Mr. Thomas Akachi. I want to ask that you all hold your congratulatory marks until all the diplomas, degrees, and certificates have been awarded. And also ask that everyone please remain seated until all of the graduates have had the opportunity to exit the auditorium. Thank you. Will the first row please stand? Donald P. Cowling, Accounting. Christopher Hunt, Computer Information Systems and Accounting.
These side lights will light up.
Donald W. Kurtz, Computer Information Systems. Annette J. Mitchell, Computer Information Systems. Patricia L. Baggett, Physical Therapist Assistant. Tammy L. Breen, Physical Therapist Assistant. Scott Bullock, Physical Therapist Assistant. Michael Cash, Physical Therapist Assistant. Teresa T. Conyers, Physical Therapist Assistant. Dina Dia, Physical Therapist Assistant. Becky Ford, Physical Therapist Assistant. Misty Maples Fowler, Physical Therapist Assistant. Stacy L. Green, Physical Therapist Assistant. Michael W. Harrell, Physical Therapist Assistant. Holly Herndon, Physical Therapist Assistant. Cheryl M. Hopkins, Physical Therapist Assistant. John M. Norris, Physical Therapist Assistant. Jacqueline D. Purvis, Physical Therapist Assistant. Lonnie Steve Sapp Jr., Physical Therapist Assistant. Lindy Jolene Smith, Physical Therapist Assistant. Patrick S. Smith Jr., Physical Therapist Assistant. Robert L. Sutherland, Physical Therapist Assistant. Becky J. Thompson, physical therapist assistant. Sandra L. Whitby, physical therapist assistant. Herb Williams, physical therapist assistant. Laura Willis, physical therapist assistant. Barbara G. Goodman, radiologic technology. Michelle Manning, radiologic technology. Sarah L. Tanner, radiologic technology. Sue J. Davis, respiratory therapy. Patricia D. Donaldson, respiratory therapy. Betty J. DeFell. Wendy L. Fairclough, respiratory therapy. Kimberly D. Franklin, respiratory therapy. Selena S. Harrell, respiratory therapy. Olivia V. Hurst, respiratory therapy. Dana M. Judy, respiratory therapy. Sandra L. Murray, respiratory therapy. Sean C. Sermons, respiratory therapy. Gina L. Curtis, advanced drafting and design. Tanya M. Gossett, advanced drafting and design. Matt Pearson, advanced drafting and design. Barbara Loper Bass, medical secretary. Latasha Johnson, medical secretary and information processing specialist. Latanya Mitchell, cosmetology. Annette L. Young, cosmetology. Robert E. Eubanks, industrial electrical technology. Ryan Eubanks, Industrial Electrical Technology. James Hayes, Industrial Electrical Technology. Robert G. Lanton, Industrial Electrical Technology. Stuart C. Rowland, Industrial Electrical Technology. Peggy R. Compass, Microcomputer Specialist. Levi Andrew Kirkland, Microcomputer Specialist. Timothy Sean Stewart, Microcomputer Specialist. Belinda F. Bibas, Practical Nursing. Patricia A. Gerald, Practical Nursing. Pamela J. Lorenzen, Practical Nursing. Lyndall C. Mercer, Practical Nursing. Annie Brady Myrick, Practical Nursing. Cheryl Boyd Ross, Practical Nursing. Crystal D. Singletary, Practical Nursing. Kelly D. Clark, Certified Nurse Assistant. Lawana Mendez, Certified Nurse Assistant. Brenda E. Smith, Certified Nurse Assistant. Jean Boatwright, Clinical Assistant. Telia R. Cochran, Clinical Assistant. Tammy H. Foster, Clinical Assistant. Cortina Garland, Clinical Assistant. Cassandra George, Clinical Assistant. Barbara A. Jackson, Clinical Assistant. clinical assistant. Pamela R. Joyner, clinical assistant. Christina Lerman, clinical assistant. Rosa McCrae, clinical assistant. Dee Motley, clinical assistant. Denise Sasser, clinical assistant. Christy Swords, clinical assistant. Pamela H. Temples, clinical assistant. Carol A. Thomas, clinical assistant. Mary L. Wilson, clinical assistant. Joyce S. Brown, general office assistant.
You got picture. Open the hell
Rita M. Golden, general office assistant. Amy Hagan, general office assistant. Lynn D. Harris, general office assistant. Shelby Denise Dixon, medical transcriptionist. Ernestine M. Davis, patient care assistant. Constance D. Adams, phlebotomy technician. May J. Crumley, phlebotomy technician. Melissa B. McCrary, phlebotomy technician. Tawana R. Robinson, phlebotomy technician.
Nope.
Congratulations, graduates. Belinda Pickus will give our closing remarks.
fellow graduates. Second of all, I'd like to thank Thomas Tech for giving me a very positive experience in my life. And a special thanks to the nursing instructors who made this possible for me. The director of nursing, Dr. McElroy, Mrs. Bryant, Mrs. Cobb, Ms. Gilliam, thank you. I wrote a poem that I'd like to read to close the ceremony today, and I've dedicated this to my nursing instructors. It's called Thanks for the Gift of Knowledge. You held our hands and pushed us to. You made us realize all the things we could do. You demanded perfection in every way. Thanks to all of you, we are here today. You gave us the knowledge to achieve success. You demanded that we perform at our very best. So we worked and we struggled to succeed in hopes of achieving our long-awaited dreams. Now that we've made it to the very end, you once were our instructors, but now you're our friends. All of whom I've grown to love, respect, and admire, and fear. Just kidding. But I really enjoyed being here at Thomas Tech, and I'm going to miss it. I also would like to give a quote from General Colin Powell, who says, "There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure." Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Probably that shine.